Alright, what is up boys and girls, welcome back to another video from Liquidity Supply and Demand. We're talking about the V-shaped recovery today. As always, an absolutely incredible strategy that has been making me, literally over the past 3 or 4 months, a massive amount of profit, getting around an 80 or 90% win rate. It's been absolutely crazy, to be honest, how well this has been working for me. And the strategy is pretty damn simple, to be honest. It's something that I've been tweaking myself from a strategy that is from a guy called Dodgy. Go and check him out. He's an absolutely incredible trader, massively successful and profitable. It's something that I've taken from him and kind of tweaked for myself, made it a little bit simpler and basically just made it a bit more interpretive and easy for me to do. Overall, this strategy has been doing really well for me. And it's really simple to learn. So as always, thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe, leave a comment down below so that more people can find out about this. And let's get into the video. So I'm just going to show you a quick example of what I'm looking for in the markets when I look for this setup. If we take a look here, let me just remove drawings from this chart so we can see. So basically what I'm looking for is, you've got your chart, haven't you? It's going up and down and doing stuff like this. And you're basically forming some structure, aren't you? You can see on this particular one that I've drawn here, you've got your high of day and your low of day. Key swing liquidity points that we're looking for. These are generally the areas that I want to be trading from, these extremities of the range, because it's got more chance basically of reversing back around and doing what I want to see. So what I'm looking for is, I'm basically looking for something like this, where we come down and we sweep the liquidity of this very obvious swing low area. This is the first condition that I'm looking for, a clean, clear sweep of liquidity. So we've come down, we've took out everyone's stop losses below this low. And then what I'm looking for is this really nice V shape back to the upside like this. And then once we see this, I'm looking for a fair value gap in this area that can be broken. Something like this. A fair value gap, as we know, is basically 3 candles like this that don't overlap. And then your fair value gap is this central bit here. I'm looking for one of these to get reversed back over, something like this. And then I'm looking to enter on that inverted fair value gap back to the upside, as we can see on my chart here. So let's say, for example, we get our sweep, we come back up, we close above at this inverted fair value gap here, and then I would enter on this inverted fair value gap. My stop loss would be a manual stop loss below. If we close back below this inverted fair value gap, I will close the trade. But generally speaking, these usually do go at least back up to the local liquidity point that you've seen. And I'll be looking to target a 1-for-1, generally speaking, as my first target. And then I'll go break even on the rest and leave runners up to these local swing points, probably the next swing point and the high of day as the 2 runners. And this would be my strategy. It's very simple. You can see pretty much anyone could pick this up pretty quickly. Basically looking for that clean V shape, the inverted fair value gap. You're targeting a 1-for-1 once you enter and get that break, and then you're looking to target with runners up, back up towards these other liquidity points. Very simple stuff. So without further ado, we're going to go and look on the charts here. I'm on gold today because this works really well for me. As you can see, I've been taking quite a few trades on gold. Got a few break evens recently because obviously this week we have had contract rollovers and FOMC, so there's been a lot of volatility, and gold, to be honest, has been a bit sketchy, as you can see. But you'll see some of the break even trades that I've been taking. These are some of the break evens that I've took recently on gold. But I've been having a really good time trading this in general. And on my actual prop firms, which I don't trade on this particular interface, I've been getting some really nice trades as well. So as you can see, if you look across this, you can see a few V shapes already. It's pretty obvious. You can spot these V shapes really quite easily on the charts. If you look, if you just eyeball this, if you roll away from your screen, sit back across your room right now, take a step back and look on this chart, you can see all these V shapes that we've had recently on gold back to the upside. So many of these have come back up at least to where we formed them, if not coming up and taking higher liquidity. You can see that there's definitely potential in general. This is just a 5-minute time frame. Pretty much all of these big drops to the downside that take a clean sweep of liquidity do tend to have these moves back to the upside. As you can see, there's one here. A very nice trade this is, as you can see. So we come down here, we sweep the liquidity. We've got an inverted fair value gap here, but we didn't actually quite invert it, as you can see on the 5-minute. So we wait again and we come down, we get that manipulation leg below, which is really interesting. And then lo and behold, we've got another fair value gap here that forms. As you can see, we come down and then we get that manipulation. We come back up and we close above. And then you would have entered here, targeting a 1-for-1. You can see your stop loss would have been back below this inverted fair value gap. Your 1-for-1 would have been hit straight away, literally on the next candle. And then I would have gone break even on this and then targeted the next swing high liquidity, which would have been here. So I would have come up and hit this for a 2R. Beautiful trade right up to that next liquidity point. We took the liquidity there and actually reversed back around before continuing. So I would have got 2R and then I would have been break even. So I would have got stopped on the final part of the trade at break even. This would have been a beautiful, very, very simple trade. This would have played out in about 10 or 15 minutes. Really, really simple, easy stuff. Lovely, 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 easy trade. There's another one here potentially. Let's take a look at this one. These are all on Thursday and Friday, by the way, guys. This liquidity here, very obvious swing point. This is the kind of thing that you want to be trading from. Big, obvious sweep of liquidity. We come down here. As you can see, we've got a nice little fair value gap formed like this. Lovely, lovely fair value gap there. We've still got a little bit of room to run back up into some liquidity as well. If this came up and hit the internal swing high already, I would have called this invalid. This is the dodgy model. As I mentioned earlier, this is his strategy technically. As you can see, this would have worked as well for a 1-for-1. You enter, you wait, we actually came back down and back tested into the inverted fair value gap. We came up here and then we continued, and then this would have eventually hit the 1-for-1 here. A bit of a slower trade, as you can see, because we were in a pretty stark downtrend. So you have to keep in mind that if you're in a pretty obvious bearish market that's been going down for a few days, maybe don't look for that massive 1-to-5, 1-to-10 runner. Just maybe take more profit out of 1-for-1, but these do generally still work for that, as you can see. Really, really good trade again. This would have been a 1-for-1. I would have took a half profit, and then obviously I would have got stopped at the rest of it. Break even back here, but still a good trade, as you can see. So that would have been 2 good trades on Friday. This would have been it at the time I was asleep, though, sadly. Maybe I would have caught this one in the morning. This was a London session, more of a London session trade. You can see during New York session, for me here, there wasn't actually a really decent entry on the 5-minute, although there may have been one on the 1-minute. Let me just have a quick look. We didn't really get a massively good sweep of liquidity. We did sweep quite a lot of liquidity here and here, but we never got that full sweep of the lows again. But you could have potentially took something off of this sweep, because we did already get 2 sweeps of liquidity there, and we did come back up quite quickly. But you can see there's no real clear and obvious fair value gaps here, to be fair. You could have maybe taken this one, although there's no clear V-shape, and I do like to keep it cleanly for V-shape recoveries. You can see this would have actually worked. If you took this, I mean, this technically would have been a loss, because if you'd taken this, it would have just about closed above. But as you can see, not really the model, because I'm looking for those clear, obvious V-shapes back to the upside. These were just 2 ones that happened on Friday. I think Thursday had a pretty good one somewhere in this region here. I'm pretty sure that there was a trade here. It might have been on the 15-minute, actually. Let me just have a quick look. Was it on the 15-minute here? This would have technically worked as well. You can see there's a big, obvious fair value gap here. Although this would have been, I would have been tempted not to take this, just because we would have come so far back up the V-shape, as you can see already, almost hitting the internal swing high. Obviously, your stop loss on this would be massive as well. So your 1-for-1 would be very, very far. Although we may have just about hit the 1-for-1, maybe. But you can see that you want to be catching these a bit earlier in the swing back to the upside, because obviously that would have been quite a long distance. There's not really any clear fair value gaps on the 5-minute here, as you can see. And we didn't really get that V-shape back to the upside either. I'm sure on the 1-minute, this probably would have looked... Let's see how it looks on the 1-minute. This is the area here, isn't it? You can see we were kind of coming down, but we never inverted any of these fair value gaps here. You can see we got a pretty damn clean sweep of liquidity, because we came down massively. The thing is, though, we never really got that V-shape back to the upside. So even though this would have worked eventually, there wasn't really any good entry points here that I probably would have taken, to be honest. You can see all these fair value gaps on the way down. None of them actually got inversed instantly after we swept the liquidity, which showed me that we were probably just bearish, to be honest, and not looking for that reversal back to the upside. But you can see there's loads of these all the way across the market. This one here looks like an absolute banger. Let me just have this will be the last one that I show you. You can see clear, obvious layers of liquidity here. We come down, we sweep the liquidity, and look how much we react and we come back to the upside. You could have potentially taken this 1-minute inverse here. As you can see, could have entered here. You stop loss if you close back below here. Target a 1-for-1. Banger trade. After about, 5 minutes, we come up, we hit the 1R. You go break even on the rest. You come up, you target the internal swing high. You could have targeted this. Or this would have been a 2.5 to 1. 2.5 to 1 R. RR, I should say, if I can get my words out. As you can see, this would have worked. You would have been break even after the 1R. The rest of this would have ran to here. You could have even held all the way up towards this area here, although you probably would have got stopped break even here, as you can see on that one. Even this you could have taken. I actually did take this, I think. Is this a sell or a buy? I think I did actually take this, but I was late. As you can see, I actually took this and I got a very, very decent trade on it. I think I got stopped. What was I taking on this? I think what happened was I entered this late here, because I saw it on the 5 minute, but then I got stopped because it closed back below. Or I might have been testing something. I think I was testing something else actually on this one. But you can see I actually did take this second one on the charts here. You can literally see the evidence of it, the executions. We had a little bit of consolidation here, and I was thinking maybe I can get at the sweep and then the continuation of this inverted fair value gap here in this sweep. You can see we came down, we swept this very obvious area of liquidity. We came down, we came back up, and just by eyeballing this V shape and the momentum, look how V-shaped this is. This is just straight up and down, straight down and back up, I should say. Really, really obvious textbook trade. I got into this a little bit late because I think I got an alert on my phone and I got in about 2 minutes late, as you can see. But this would have been a banger as well. We come down, we come back up, we close back above after sweeping some liquidity to the left. You're looking for your 1-for-1. It gets hit basically instantaneously in the space of 2 minutes. I go break even, and then I'm targeting here. That would have got hit, and then I would also be targeting up here somewhere towards another clear liquidity point. I think I trailed my stop loss on this one, not knowing how far we would go. And as you can see, I ended up getting around a... Let me just put my stop loss back so I can see how much of an RR this was. Ended up getting around a 1-to-3. So I would have took profit, half profit at a 1-to-1, and then the rest of it at a 1-to-3. So it's 1.2. 1.2. A 2-to-1 RR, I should say, sorry. Lovely, lovely trade. Absolute banger. You can see this works time and time again. These V-shapes happen all the time on the market. Absolutely incredible strategy. Please do like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Thank you if you're watching this far as well. This was all just on gold today, but you can do this. I've also been trading this on US 100. You can see I got some bangers that are literally on the chart right here that would have worked as well. Absolutely incredible, incredible trading strategy. And I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.